artist I was inspired by over the last 2 years was Yoshitomo Nara and Mark Ryden, because I realized I was super interested in the way that they fuse different ideas and different themes together that are juxtaposed. So that's like mixing like politics with the imagery of children, as well as like horror and kitsch and kind of beauty together. And some themes that I've been exploring for my exhibition in particular is creating my own version of chinoiserie, which allowed me to redefine my own culture with my own motifs and symbols that represent me. And lastly, like when it comes in terms of mediums, this year I've been using a new medium for every piece, but I still find myself drawing, leaning towards sculpture and painting.
Artists that inspired me mainly are like Caravaggio, Taro Ando. Yeah, I really like those artists. My theme that I'm mainly exploring, it's about dreams and childhood memories, and basically about how the reality of our world can impact children's dreams. Yeah. Over the course of the 2 years, I think I started out with oil painting. I mean, that's what I like first learned when I was a kid, so I think that made sense. But over time I started to look into other things that I could do, like sculptures and more abstract ideas.
Oh, I'm inspired by Kumi Shimi and Jenny Saville because I think they really blur the boundaries of art, and they kind of go out the comfort zone of their audience in a way, and they kind of touch on a lot of subjects that usually people don't necessarily put out a lot in the artistic world, which I thought's cool. So my themes are basically consumption and sacrifice, but I twisted the narrative a bit and use anthropomorphism to kind of juxtapose the relationship between humans and animals. By doing so, I kind of wanted to challenge how humans behave in a way where, in this world where they're all so exposed to all these. I started using clay in the beginning of the semester because I really like the way you could mold things into different forms. But I got really into oil painting, but I really like the way that you can kind of correct your mistakes and the way it's perceived and the smoothness of it. So yeah.
There isn't really a specific artist that influenced me, but my first piece was influenced by Francis Bacon. The rest kind of just, influence everywhere from my daily life, from what I see on like Pinterest or something. The theme I'm exploring is mainly mental health, but through my own experience, like my progress from when I first discovered something was wrong all the way to like where I am in the present time. Over the course, I didn't really stick with one medium because I just kind of went where like my brain wanted me to go, just because like I feel like limiting myself to a certain medium or just going with one just didn't really work with what I wanted to present. So honestly, I just used whichever medium. It does not matter if I have used it before, such as this. I just kind of went with it.
So basically the artists that influenced like me are like Georgie O'Keeffe, who does like a lot of flower paintings, and then also Peter Gentner, who does paper artwork, and one Chinese artist who does firework, who's Cai Guoqiang. And then that also lead me to discover or explore about Chinese influence or like my own identity and about culture. And then Oh, for the mediums, I use a lot of different mixed mediums for all my artwork. I started by just exploring acrylic paint, but then later on I was like feeling to add more texture onto my each piece. So like now I explore more about 3D artworks.
Okay, so the main artists that inspired me for my exhibition were Murakami and Vex. I really gravitated towards their styles, taking both from their unique use of color, but also elements of their culture, like Murakami's dragons and also his exciting color style. The theme that I explored within my exhibition was mainly about identity and exploring the cultures which influenced my work, and sort of this collision and fusion of the two backgrounds, which are the groundwork for my exhibition. And lastly, the mediums which I tended to explore include alcohol-based markers such as Copic, alongside digital works, which I really explored throughout this. Alongside, however, I also touched on other mediums like acrylic and printmaking.